Okay, for this video is that I'm going to explain how to use the cramer rules so that you can actually get the equation of GS 1 over 2 over Vs. Okay, so from the equation here, you will get first equation and second equation. So what you need to do is that you need to write it in the state space, like this. So when you write it out, you have the first equation over here, okay, which is represent from the first equation, and then you have the second equation, which is actually you rearrange it according to the parameters. So you have I1 over here, so you have I1, and then you have I2, okay, and then here will be the output. Alright, so if you see here in the video is that I explained that you are going to use the cramer rules to actually get the equation of I2, okay, over Vs. So first of all, get the equation of I2. So I2, how do you get the equation is that by having this determinant value. So I2 is actually equivalent to, okay, if I were to explain it, is that I2 equivalent to di2 over d determinant. So di2 is actually this part, everything, this part, okay, this is d1I2, and this is determinant d, which is this is d determinant. Okay, so well, I'm going to explain it one by one. So this is similar to the previous slide. So you have actually okay, if I were to draw it like this, then you have, sorry, this one will be I1, this will be I2, and then this will be the output. Okay, so you're going to make it into this equation, but I'm going to show to you step by step how to use the cramer rule. Okay, so what you need to do is that organize it according to I1, I2, and output. Okay, so assuming that, let's say that I'm going to use only the value, so you have R1 plus LS is A, I1, okay, then you have minus B is actually the minus LS, so B, I2, okay, close it, then you have minus C, I1, then you have D, I2, equivalent to the output V and 0, right? And to get the equation of I2 is that you have to find determinant of I2 over D. So since this one is a 2 by 2, it's very simple. You directly get this value, D1, di2, okay. But so how do you actually get the equation of I2, di2 over d? Okay? So for this, I'm going to explain using a simple equation first. Okay, I'm going to use a simple maths equation so that it's much more easier for you to understand. So we have the cramer rules over here. So we have the equation x plus 2z equivalent to 9. Then you have 2y plus z equivalent to 8. And then you have 4x minus 3y equivalent to minus 2. So if you see here in this part, okay, it's not arranged according to x, y, z. So first thing what you need to do is that arrange it first. So arrange it accordingly, x, y, z. So for the first equation over here is that you have x1, y you have 0, z you have 2, and then you have the equation, the output here you have 9. Okay. Second equation here is that you have x is 0, y you have 2, 2, and then for z you have 1 equivalent to 8. And then the third equation is that you have x is 4, y is minus 3, and z is 0, equivalent to minus 2. So this is how you write first to find the first step for the cramer's rule. And what you need to do next is that find the determinant. So find the determinant. To me, then, okay. which is D. Okay. Okay, for this is to find the determinant is that we use this method. So D equivalent to, so look at the, we are going to write out for the determinant for x value. So for x value is that what you should do is that close this one. So meaning that you need only to take this part only. Okay, so 1. Okay, pick the x value at 1 here. Is that x value at 1? Okay, so you have 1, and then you have 2 1 minus 3 0. So 2 1 minus 3 0. This one you have learned in during undergraduate. Okay, minus, so this one is the normal equation. Minus at y. Next you see that there's 0 0, and then you take this part portion at 0 0 4 and 1 0. So 0 4 1 0 plus 2. Okay, 0 2 4 minus 3. Okay, so if you expand it, then you will get 1. Okay, this one I think you know, you remember, just try to remember it. So you will have 2 times 0 0, 0 minus 1 plus 1, sorry, minus 3 plus 1, so plus 3, minus 0 plus 2, 0 times minus 3 0, 4 minus 4.4 times 2, so minus 8. So you will get this one, you will get 3 minus 16, so minus 13. So D equal to minus 13. Okay, so next is that we want to find what is the value for dx, dy, dz. So why is this? Reason why, okay, if you see here, you have the if you look at the original equation, in each of the equation 1, 2, and 3, you have x, z, you have y, z, you have x, y. So it means that you want to solve for what is equation for x, what is equation for z, and what is equation for y. Okay, so how to do that is by this equation. Okay, so to find x is equivalent to, okay, x here, okay, x, you see that you have the parameter x, y, z. Okay, so find x is equivalent to dx over d, determinant, the one that you have found in the previous slide. So d just now you find out it's minus 13. Okay, so y is that you have equivalent to dy over d, and z is dz over d. Okay, so it is using the same method. So if you see here, okay, you have you want to find what is this dx. So dx is given by this equation. So how do you actually fill up this equation? Okay, so if you want to find dx, you need to look at this one x. So what you do is that substitute this value, okay, 9 8 minus 2 into this part. Okay, so that is why you have this equation 982, and the rest is that you copy from this part. So just copy it into this. Okay, so from here is that solve for the equation similar like how you find for the determinant. So you will get minus 13. So according to the original equation here, okay, so you will see that dx x is equivalent to dx over d. So you have found that dx is minus 30, so you have x here equivalent to dx over d, so minus 13 over minus 13. So you get the x value is 1. Okay, similarly, the same method is used to find what is dy here. So dy is, okay, remember this one you need to substitute into the y component. So substitute inside here. So that's why you have the value 982. minus 2 over here, and the rest is you just copy it and transfer inside this one. Okay, so when you solve for it, you will get dy equivalent to minus 26. So back again to the original equation here. Okay, you can actually calculate for y is dy over d, so minus 26 over minus 13, you get 2. Alright, so simple. Okay, so similarly for dz. Okay, dz, to find dz is that, okay, this value you need to substitute here at the z element, and so therefore you put, sorry, not here, this one you write it here, and the rest, okay, this you substitute inside here. Okay, so after substituting all the values, so you will get dz equivalent to minus 52. So you will get, okay, z equivalent to dz over d. Oh, sorry, z equivalent to dz over d. Okay, so you will get 4, right? So in the end, what you find out, what you actually solve for is the equation for x, z, and y here. Okay, so similarly to what you have done just now. Okay, so if you look at this block, it comprises of I1, I2. Okay, so meaning that what you need to solve for is based on the equation, the original equation is that you see here the equation, it asks you to find the transfer function of I2s over Vs. So the idea is to actually find out what is I2. Okay, so I2, so find what is I2. So this is simple. So I2, okay, as you know, determinant of I2 over t, right? So what you need to do is that find what is d, 1, 2, and what is the determinant for d. So di2, okay, so if you were to rewrite this equation here, okay, you write it in a simpler form. Okay, instead of R1 S ni, okay, you can write it assuming that I use this symbol so a, okay, I1 minus I2 minus minus B minus C I1, okay, and then you have plus D I2. So the equation is V and this is 0. So I will write this one. So I will get A minus C minus B D V0. Okay, and from here is that you start to come up to derive out what is determinant of I2. So determinant of I2 is that you want to refer to, okay, this one is I1, this is I2, right? So remember, you need to substitute this value into I2. Okay, so meaning that, okay, you have V0 over here, and then you have A and minus C. So A and minus C. Okay, and then you can find out the equation. So if you see here, this one is actually similar to what I have here. Okay, A is actually R1 plus LS. V is V here. Okay, minus C is actually minus whatever value here LS and 0. Okay, so find the equation. So if you substitute, you will get what? 0 minus plus VC. Okay, so this one is only for I. This one, if you see here, is di2 over d. Okay, so VC, C is what? C is this one lah kan, LS. So that's why you have LSV. Okay, for determinant I2. So for determinant is simple. This actually this value. So you have A minus B minus C and D. So find the determinant. So this one is exactly this one. So this is actually the determinant. Okay, so you can solve for the equation. Okay. Okay, that's all. Thank you.